I would like them, all of them, to acknowledge him. Even if they win an award, acknowledge him because he gave you the stomping ground.
Mm-hmm. Most people don't know Nicki Minaj came out of that camp. French Montana came out of that
all
camp.
of
Most
them.
people don't know half those people. We know. But most people don't know that.
Migos, Thug.
Like most people
Because they don't say it.
I wouldn't want to be Jay-Z right now because 50 Cent just snapped on him after rumors hit that he tried to put Nicki Minaj in a conservatorship. Yeah, just like what happened to Wendy Williams. Word is, Rock Nation allegedly had this sneaky plan ready to go, trying to get doctors to diagnose Nicki with things like bipolar disorder and schizophrenia so they could lock her up in some facility and drain her pockets while she couldn't fight back. This is wild. The streets are saying 50 Cent already caught wind of the setup, and he's the one who warned Nicki what was going down. Can you imagine? She thought Rock Nation was just trying to replace her with newer female rappers, but allegedly the plan was much darker. They wanted to erase her completely. That's some scary stuff. Everything exploded just days ago after Nicki clashed with Charlemagne the God and Gucci Mane's wife, Keisha Kawar, over comments made on The Breakfast Club. The tension was thick, and it didn't take long before this whole conspiracy talk started spreading everywhere. Honestly, Keisha and The Breakfast Club should have kept Nicki's name out their mouths because if they hadn't stirred that pot, we probably wouldn't have found out about this crazy plan Rock Nation allegedly had for her. Now the whole industry's buzzing and Jay-Z's name is all over it. Nicki wasted no time. She jumped straight on X just minutes after that interview blew up, and she came in swinging. She said, "Gucci's wife been trying to be me for years, been dying for the spotlight for years. She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Charlemagne the Fraud is Jay-Z's friend and business associate using iHeartRadio for these disgusting ploys against innocent families." And she didn't stop there. Nicki went all in. She added, "He was around Wendy before her life went to hell. The buck stops here, baby." Bookmark this tweet. Y'all really don't understand who I am. Bring it. Let's play. LAPD. Where's the evidence of my home being swatted with a toddler inside 4 times and drawn? That tweet alone shook the internet. This was the first time Nicki ever mentioned Wendy Williams in her rants, and that alone had everyone's jaws on the floor. Fans couldn't believe it. She basically implied that Charlemagne was sent into Wendy's life to help certain powerful people destroy her behind the scenes. And since Nicki and Wendy never got along before Wendy's health issues, the fact that she suddenly defended her had people thinking, wait, is Nicki hinting at something bigger? Then, boom, Tasha K entered the chat. And that's when things got real messy.
This is not something that is like a conspiracy theory. This shit actually happens. But if they're able to separate Nicki and Kenny, that makes Nicki vulnerable because your husband is your power of attorney. Your husband is your signator on all of your accounts in the event anything goes wrong. Michael wasn't married. Britney Spears was married, but of course they control all of that. And so the mere fact that all these narratives are out about Kenny stealing this to buy chains and buy that, that's not what it is. It's like, you know, they got doctors that are giving out these diagnoses saying that she's schizophrenic and bipolar and all of this stuff. And then Kenny's now here. You know, she trusts Kenny. Of course, they've known each other since they were kids. Their families know each other. And so Kenny is just in the way. And so what do? You create narratives to try to separate, because if you separate, then you can divide and conquer. And so that's what it's about. You know, she's going into her latter years and, you know, there's a lot of money on the line and she's worth a lot, but Kenny is in the way. And so, yeah, I mean, look at what they're doing to Wendy Williams. Had Wendy would have still been with Kelvin, they wouldn't have been able to put her under a conservatorship because she has a husband. So, you know, and like I said, there was only one that was accused of stealing. We're gonna leave it at that, okay?
Tasha spilled that Nicki brought up Wendy because Rock Nation is allegedly trying to pull the same stunt on her that they did to Wendy. She claimed there are doctors on payroll ready to slap fake mental health diagnoses on Nicki just to get her locked under conservatorship. Basically, they want her silenced, controlled, and erased from the game for good. This drama is spiraling fast. So according to Tasha K, the only reason Rock Nation hasn't pulled the trigger yet is because Nicki's married. Yup! Being Mrs. Petty actually protects her. See, if they ever tried to force her into a conservatorship, her husband Kenneth would automatically have control over her finances, not some shady court-appointed guardian. And that makes perfect sense because if you look closely, every celeb who's ever been trapped in a conservatorship wasn't married. Wild, right? But here's where it gets even darker. Tasha says Roc Nation allegedly decided to run a smear campaign against Kenneth Petty. They're supposedly spreading lies about him stealing from Nicki so that when the time comes to move in, they can claim he's unfit to handle her money. And since Ken already has a criminal record, it's not exactly hard for them to twist that narrative and make it believable. They're playing dirty, real dirty. Nicki even clapped back saying, "Y'all gonna stop twisting my damn words? Nicki Minaj ain't got no schizophrenia." She kept it real, adding, "Let's be honest. Most of us got a little bipolar and crazy in us, and that's facts." She brought up how they tried to 5,150 Kanye just for being bipolar, calling it a mood disorder. Then turned around and tried to snatch his assets just because he was talking his ish. Meanwhile, Wendy Williams is sitting in a luxury hospital suite while her lawyers keep spending her fortune like it's theirs. Michael Jackson's gone. Britney Spears had to flee to Mexico just to feel free again after years trapped in that conservatorship nightmare. This is deeper than gossip. It's starting to look like a pattern. What part don't y'all get? This isn't random drama. This is a systemic takedown. They're trying to make Nicki look like she can't even handle her own money. And let's be real, her husband Kenneth is standing right in their way, and that's exactly why they want him gone. Everything started spiraling after Nicki tweeted about that damn COVID vaccine. And ever since then, the industry's been coming for her neck nonstop. Remember when Nicki posted that someone close to her was stealing her money? Everybody thought it was Kenneth at first. But Tasha K says nope, it was actually her former assistant Khadijah. And guess who allegedly helped her? Nicki's ex-bestie, Ra Ali. Yeah, it's messy. Tasha claimed that Khadijah slid right into a new gig as Ra's babysitter and her side piece. Wild, right? Word is, Ra Ali swings both ways and that Khadijah supposedly gave Ra Nicki's Apple ID passwords and login info. From there, everything fell apart. Credit card info, private details, you name it. Next thing you know, the money's gone, the trust is broken, and Ra and Khadijah's names are all over the whispers in industry circles. This is betrayal on another level. And just when people thought Nicki was done, she jumped back on X with a petty move of her own. She posted some AI-generated clips of Jay-Z playing in Beyonce's closet, captioned, "I am your karma."
So earlier today, I talked about Nicki Minaj and all those fraudulent charges on her American Express card. Well, now all these old tweets from Cardi B are coming up. And by old tweets, I mean tweets from 2 weeks ago. But when she was beefing with Nicki on Twitter and they were talking about each other's kids, this one tweet kind of foreshadowed what's happening right now. So let's take a look. Quiet as kept, the truth is you've been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar for almost 9 years, and you also on heavy drugs, cocaine, perks, and Xanax. You don't listen to nobody around you. The only person that have the power is Kenneth Petty, but you know what happens with that Amex when you sedated. This is Cardi implying that Kenny, Nicki Minaj's husband, is the one running up her credit card bills. And because my timeline is so messy, this tweet came up right after that one. Kenneth Petty sneaking back in after crushing up a third Benadryl in her tacos. And it's Tom with a Hello Kitty Visa credit card just sneaking back in. Yeah, that was kind of funny. But again, people are saying that it was her ex-stylist who was using her credit card. So we'll find out.
That's a warning shot if I've ever seen one. Nicki's not backing down. She's fighting fire with digital fire. Now, while all this chaos was blowing up online, word started spreading that Nicki actually got all her insider tea about Roc Nation's alleged plans straight from 50 Cent himself. Yeah, 50's been on Jay-Z's neck for months now, especially ever since Diddy got dragged into all those nasty accusations. 50's convinced that Jay and Diddy were working together behind the scenes, and he's been calling them out non-stop. When Cassie filed her bombshell lawsuit against Diddy, 50 didn't waste a second. He went straight for the jugular. He posted about it immediately after Diddy settled within 24 hours, writing, "He paid that money real quick. Should have done that before the sharks saw the blood in the water. And here they come in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He didn't hold back one bit. 50 then dropped another bomb. He announced he was working on a full documentary exposing Diddy and everyone who allegedly protected him while he was doing all those twisted things. He even reposted an article about it and captioned, "I thought Diddy was a billionaire music mogul. If he's smart, he'll file bankruptcy now. Anyone with real money knows why I'm saying this. I'm the best producer for the job, guys. Here come the receipts. That's straight fire." But 50 didn't stop there. He followed up with one of his trademark trolling posts, a meme of Jay-Z's photo on a milk carton with a big missing label right above his head. The caption? Pure chaos. 50 made it crystal clear he's coming for both of them, and he's not afraid to spill whatever secrets he's sitting on. This feud just went nuclear. 50 Cent wasn't holding back. He went straight for the clownery. He posted a meme saying, "Anybody seen Jay? LOL." Puff said the man ain't answering his phone. Then he threw more shade with another post showing Jay-Z waving from a jet, captioned, "Here's Jay-Z, last seen waving at Puffy's jet, lol." Like, he really turned trolling into an Olympic sport. But just when people thought 50 was done being messy, he spun the block again. A few months later, he dropped a painfully unflattering close-up of Jay-Z with the caption, "Jay in hibernation." He ain't coming outside till this ish with Puff blows over, no brunch, no lunch, no dinner. LOL, I'm all you got. I'm outside. Pure savagery. Now, according to whispers online, while 50 was putting together his explosive documentary, he talked to people close to Jay-Z, some of whom will allegedly appear in the film. That's when he supposedly heard about Roc Nation's alleged plot to take down Nicki Minaj. Nothing's confirmed yet, but based on what Tasha K said and how Nicki's been moving, she definitely seems to believe it's real. One insider reportedly said, "They're really trying to diminish Nicki." Another added, "Yeah, I believe Nicki. She's not crazy." Plus, Desiree just put her own daughter in a mental hospital for nothing. And if that's true, whew, this runs deep. They even pointed out that Jay-Z's sitting on about 10 lawsuits right now, but no one ever talks about it. The industry stays quiet when it comes to him. So tell me, what do you think? Is 50 Cent just stirring the pot, or is there really something shady going on behind Roc Nation's doors? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like and subscribe, and go watch the next messy video. It's even crazier!